WUSA 9 Weather Watch Alert is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
Well, we are tracking the impacts from Tropical Storm Ophelia, which the outer rain bands are moving into the area right now, and it is causing a lot of wet roads out there and gusty winds. So this storm continues to weaken. The winds are now down to 50 miles per hour with gusts at 65 miles an hour. As I watched it earlier this morning, those winds have come down by at least 20 miles per hour along with the gusts. It's moving up to the north at 13 miles an hour, and it's about 75 miles northwest of Cape Lookout, North Carolina. So it's steadily making its track. Here's the center of the storm right here. You can see it around the Carolinas. These are the outer rain bands that are impacting the D.C. area all the way up through parts of Philadelphia, Jersey, and New York as well. Now, what we're seeing here is that rain has been falling across the region, and radar estimates that nearly 2 inches of rain have fallen already near the Salisbury area. Now, this is one of the spots that we knew would have the bigger impacts with higher rain potential. Also, the threat for potentially severe storms here in areas such as Salisbury, along with also the possibility of more coastal flooding. Across Metro D.C., we've seen about a half an inch, and in some areas radar estimates up to an inch of rain has fallen, but there is much more on the way. Here is the next track of Ophelia. By the time the center of that storm makes its way closer to us, it will no longer be a tropical storm. It will be what is left of it, but that doesn't matter because it's still causing a lot of impacts. You can see it curving out to sea come Monday morning as it departs our area. Tropical storm warnings are in place for Calvert and St. Mary's counties, where stronger tropical conditions are expected. Here's what you should know. It is going to be raining all day, all night, and most of the rain will come between now and about 11 a.m. on Sunday. After Sunday 11 a.m., those showers get a bit lighter. They're a bit more sparse. They're not as steady. We gradually start to see a little bit of improvement. Winds, it will be a windy day as well. We've already had winds at 20 to 30 miles per hour, but we could also see some gusts up to 50 miles per hour. So we're under wind advisory until 8 o'clock this evening. Impacts include power outages, downed trees, flooding, and coastal flooding will be possible. Here's Futurecast the rest of your afternoon. 4:30 today, we can see more rounds of moderate to heavy rain coming in, same at 7 o'clock in the evening. And then this is going to be Saturday night at about 10 p.m. Heavy rain still on the menu here as well. Sunday at 5 a.m., we do have light to moderate showers left over, and then look at the improvement by 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. Just as the Commanders game is getting underway, we are looking at those showers breaking up a bit. They're much lighter. They're not as steady. So the weather will be improving by tomorrow evening, but there will still be a few raindrops left over, but nothing like today. Winds have been gusting up to 30 miles per hour and stronger across the region. We've got nearly a 40 mile per hour wind gust reported along the bay, and we'll continue to see that type of activity today. This is Futurecast of the winds at 5:30. We could definitely see those winds gusting at more than 40 miles an hour along Annapolis, the Bay, the Eastern Shore as well. And even within the immediate D.C. metro area, it's still possible to get that 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gust, which is why the National Weather Service has us under this wind advisory, most of the area, until about 8 o'clock this evening. Here's the rest of your planner for your Saturday. It's a soggy one. Temperatures mainly hovering in the 60s. You won't see them going up very much with the clouds and the rain, of course. 62 by 7 a.m., right around 64 by 11 o'clock tonight. As I mentioned, St. Mary's County, Salisbury has already seen an estimate of nearly 2 inches of rain, but there's more on top of that we could get in those same areas along the Eastern Shore. Could pick up another inch or two of rain in those spots, and perhaps another inch around Metro D.C. for today before it's all said and done. Now, we don't have a huge threat for severe thunderstorms, but where we could see some severe weather would be along the Eastern Shore and into southern Maryland, where an isolated tornado and damaging wind is possible. This includes areas such as Easton and Cambridge and Salisbury. Then the threat is very low, but it is there. Now, for Metro D.C., it's mostly going to be rain for us and gusty, breezy winds, but that could still be hazardous, even though it's not considered severe weather. Coastal flooding, a big problem for us. Numerous warnings and advisories in place if you live anywhere near the waterways that typically flood with the tides. Do be careful of that because we do have coastal flood advisories and warnings in place until at least early tomorrow morning, along with the possibility of some tidal flooding here. It's going to be well to the south of us, but still potentially coming into the bay, 1 to 3 feet of storm surge with the storm working its way in. We don't have a flood watch or advisory in place for Metro D.C. right now. To the south of us around Salisbury, they are under that flood watch until tonight because of the heavy rain, and they've already picked up the lion's share of the rain that we've seen so far. So we'll go 65 degrees today with the weather watch, 69 degrees on Sunday with the showers gradually coming to an end. If you are heading out to the Commanders game, I would it's safe to still bring your poncho, maybe a sweatshirt, because there could be a passing shower, especially at the start of the game at times, but I don't see it being necessarily a washout. But with the 60s out there and getting wet, not going to be a good combination. So do what you have to do to keep yourself dry and comfortable. Your 7-day forecast, look for high temperatures near 70 on Monday with a few showers left over. And then throughout the week, we're entertaining some clouds and some hit or miss shower chances. I don't see a washout, but on each day we could have a drop of rain for, a moment or two, and then it would be dry again. Look for lots of clouds, though, with temperatures in the 70s.